Shabbat Shalom everyone. We are coming into this week's Parshah, friends. Parshat Bo, this week's Parshah. We're learning all about, let's just say, we've been talking about the hardening of the heart of Pharaoh. And when do we finally do teshuvah and we regret and turn our ways? Well, one person that doesn't turn his ways whatsoever at the moment is Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. There's been one plague after another, and three of the plagues are actually featured here in Parshat Bo, in this week's Parshah, interestingly enough. And he doesn't still do teshuvah. His heart keeps hardening the entire process of this time period in of itself. 1, 2, 3, boom, 10. Finally, there's a darkness and then the killing of the firstborn. But you always get chances in life, and at one stage in time, you can stop. At one time, you can say no and stop. But once you do so much of Avot, as we learn about in the Mishnah Ayot, in Ethics of Fathers, Pirkei Avot, mitzvah goreret mitzvah. If you do a mitzvah, it leads to another mitzvah. But avera goret avera. When you do a transgression, it leads to another transgression. And it finally becomes very difficult to say no at one stage in time. And that's very much what's actually occurred to Pharaoh at this point in time. He should have said no from the outset, but he refused. Very much reminds me, as we learn about in Sefer Bamidbar, with regards to Bilam and the donkey. The donkey even rebukes him, as we learn about in Parshat Balak. But still, he refuses to do teshuvah and tries to curse Israel in of itself. And how bad is Yetzer Hara in of itself? And they're actually related over in Masechet Sukkah, a famous Gemara over here, within regards to Yetzer Hara, when finally there's a knife, let's just say, and we are ready to slaughter, let's just say, the Yetzer Hara in of itself. This knife is over there. And then there's a big circle, and all the tzaddikim are going to see a mountain, a really, really difficult mountain, and that represents the Yetzer Hara. They start crying and they said, how on earth were we able to overcome the Yetzer Hara over here? How great we are that we actually achieved in overcoming it. But then the wicked people are going to see a thin hair, and it's going to look so small, and they're going to say, oh, look how small it was, these Averot. We could have passed it. We transgressed and we're doomed because of it at that point in time. This is a small hair over here. But the righteous are going to say how great you are. We were able to overcome a mountain. One thing we're going to do is say no, no, no. We've got to keep moving up spiritually in life. That's why the Mizbeach, the altar inside the Bet HaMikdash, was not made of steps. It was made of let's just say an upper ramp in of itself. It's always climbing the whole time, and if we're climbing in every single thing that we're doing the whole time, we're non-stop, and then we achieve greatness. And what is the best antidote to Torah, to Yetzer Hara, to the evil inclination? It's to learn Torah. Fill our brains with Torah the whole time. Get immersed in it. Work our brains, and then we won't need all the frivolities of life. We're so sharp, we'll be able to overcome everything. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and enjoy.